As 2019 introduced an exciting period of history when the world expects a balance, a more balanced, less biased world is a better one. Well, over the last decade, there's been a rapid increase in crowdfunding and crowdsourcing in collaboration and opening innovation, and companies are now moving away from a model where their products and services are created through a closed, top-down, expert-led process and towards one that incorporates open and user-driven strategies. So non-profits, philanthropists and foundations, as well as community groups, are tackling pressing problems in an increasingly complex and globalized world, and more are embracing co-creation as a solution. So we're here to talk about women in the fourth industrial revolution as part of Women's Month. And our guest today is Sindi Mqutheni, who is a Syntegricom Solutions expert, so to say, and she's here to talk to us about her views regarding that. Sindi, welcome to our program.
Thank you so much, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so what's your view concerning how really the things are evolving and changing, and how women can be brought on board once we talk about the fourth industrial revolution?
Well, firstly, I always like to talk about the importance of women, understanding that we are already within the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution has started actually quite a couple of years ago. The minute you started to GPS your way home is when you are part of the fourth industrial revolution era. So how women need to be involved is do a little bit of learning. I think the internet, if you're not going to learn or read about the fourth industrial revolution from school, I would say just go through the internet and read what it's about. The fourth industrial revolution really talks to connecting of devices, where devices are able to communicate with each other. I'll take it a step back. There was the first industrial revolution, which really spoke to the invention of technology, the invention of computers in Silicon Valley. And we moved on to the second revolution, which were more enhancements of the technology that exists. So if a computer could process X amount of data, it then leveraged off to less amount of data. To more amount of data using limited space. Mm-hmm. We went on to the third industrial revolution, which spoke to another enhancement where computers were slightly bigger. Your 17 inches, your 19 inches were drawn down to your 6 inches and your 10 inches. So it was more the modification of existing technology. And now the fourth industrial revolution is in essence another disruption where it has moved to allowing devices to communicate with each other, allowing devices to send specific information to the other device. And this is where we are. So instead of us having to be the intervening factor between communicating of technology, we now have devices that can do that independently.
So are women responsive to the call in terms of the kind of subject choices that they would choose, and also career paths that they would take so that they can be able to participate in the mainstream economy?
I think women are stand poised now to be involved within the 4IR. I mean, if you look at what government is currently punting within industry, they've got a lot of funding opportunities, they've got a lot of information. There's programs such as STEM that are currently running in previously disadvantaged environments. A lot of women are very active. I'm a product of being an IT entrepreneur. I mean, I'm within the IT environment. I'm very faced on with the fourth industrial revolution discussion. So certainly I think government has enabled women to be involved, but also I think the industry is open to women being involved, particularly being here and having this conversation with you.
Yeah, so most of the time we would hear that there's actually a problem with gender equity, and also opportunities are available, but you would find that there are industries that are male dominated, and the penetrative level of women is not really substantial because of the hurdles that they would really experience when they also having to make their way through because of their background, because of their gender, because of prejudice and the likes. So going forward, how would you advise women to really take this opportunity very seriously at the initial stage?
Again, it's a matter of information. It is very important and critical for women to stay abreast of discussions regarding the fourth industrial revolution. So whether you are an entrepreneur, which would be you serving within the economy as a business owner, or you are an entrepreneur where you are actually within an organization, you have the responsibility to learn about the topic, and that's where you'll be able to be involved. I mean, the Department of Telecoms and Information Technology, they've got a lot of information on their website. Google has got a lot of information on their websites. We've got the Black Business Council, who's always punting inclusion of women, inclusion of black businesses. So my advice to women is really to read up and be knowledgeable about this discussion. There's a lot going around.
Yeah, let me pick your brain before you part ways with us, because I know it's going to be very difficult to get a hold of an IT woman very soon.
We have it.
Just very quickly, the issue of women being interested in humanities subjects rather than science and math subjects is really a problem, as you heard that many students are not enrolling in this part of the academic sector. What's your view regarding that?
I think my view regarding that boils down to access to technology. There's a lot of schools currently that don't have the infrastructure for technology. I know the Department of Education is working towards resolving that issue, but I think it's a matter of having the arranged resources for the students and encouraging women, young girls, to be part of these programs within the previously disadvantaged areas. But certainly it has to start at ground roots, but also even at entrepreneur level, like myself. I need to ensure that women around me are comfortable to have these conversations, and they teach on to their children to take on these so typically thought challenging subjects, because science and technology is our day-to-day living.
Difficult subject, yeah?
No, it's not.
All right. Okay, Sindi Mqutheni is a Syntegricom Solutions expert at Syntegricom Solutions, speaking to us about women in the fourth industrial revolution. We're going to take a break, and when we return, the headlines. Stay with us.